And I caution you, and he's not paying attention to your mother. Oh, really? Oh,
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Enhanced Sports Show. It's just after 4 o'clock in the New York, New Jersey area. I'm Lou Snow, your host, and it's a pleasure to be a part of this 4th of July weekend. So, first of all, happy 4th to you all. The number to call is 512-543-4662. Once again, 512-543-4662. And we'll be here just before 6 o'clock when Rasal McGee takes over for his fine show. Don't forget, you can also find us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in the Enhanced Sports Show, where you'll find this show in its entirety and other shows of the past. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we got a lot to cover today. It's the first of the month. By the way, first of all, Steve, are you there? All right, and Mike. All right, Diane should be along later on. All right, so we got Jimmy's here. Okay, good. Hey, Jimmy. There you go. There you go. Speak up nice and loud so I can hear you. Okay. So we got a bunch of events, of course, in the month of July. Who'd have thought that? Of course, we're having the NBA free agency, which is going on as we speak. We just finished. I think we're still in the final rounds of the NHL draft. Wimbledon begins on Monday. We also have the British Open. Excuse me, the Open Championship coming up later in the month. We got the MLB and WNBA All Star games. The Men's Gold Cup will have a champion in just a few weeks, and the Women's World Cup gets underway July 20th. If I missed anything else, gee, I'm sorry, but that's a lot. Oh, and of course, NFL training camp opens up. Probably, I think, around the 18th or so. That's quite a list for July. And you all thought July was going to be a boring month. I don't think so. All right, so let's check the baseball standings right now. Some of you might be happy with it, some of you will not be. So let's check right now. In the East, we have the Rays at 57 and 28. The Orioles are 6.5 back at 48-32. The Yankees 45-36, 10 back after an amazing win on Wednesday night. I'll mention that later on. The Blue Jays are 45-30, 11 back, and the Red Sox 41-42, 15 back. Still respectable for a last place team. In the joke of the AL Central, and I mean a joke, nobody is above 500. I mean nobody. Even the Twins, who lead it, are 41-42. A game back of the Guardians at 39-42. The Tigers are 35-46 at 5 back. The White Sox 36-48, 5.5 back, and the Royals 23-59, 17.5 back. Oh my goodness. To the West, the Rangers 49-33. The Astros 45-37, 4 back. Angels 6 back at 44-40. The Mariners 38-42, 10 back. And bring up the rear as usual, the A's 22-62 at 28 back. Oh my. To the National League, the Braves, they keep rolling at 54-27, 7 ahead of the Marlins at 48-35. The Phillies, respectable at 43-38. The Mets are drowning, 36-46. Michael, get your comments on that in a moment. And the Nationals, 33-48, 21 back. To the Central, the Reds, 44-38. The Brewers, 43-39. The Pirates, 39-42, 4.5 back. The Cubs, 38-42, 5 back. It's pretty reachable. And the Cardinals, who are being up the Yankees right now, 33-47, 10 back. And that's game one of a doubleheader this afternoon. To the West, D-backs are at 49-34. The Dodgers, 2 back at 46-35. Okay. The Giants, 46-36, 2.5 back. The Padres, 37-45, 11.5 back. And the Rockies, 33-51, 16.5 back. Okay. All right. Mike, I'll start with you. What is wrong with your Mets? Yeah, but yeah, their pitching is bad. Their hitting is atrocious. I mean, in the beginning of the season, they looked like they were on par to repeat the season success they had last season. But since I think the beginning of May, they haven't done anything. I mean, yeah. Or Steve Cohen says there's got to be some explaining. He's not hitting the panic button yet. But if this keeps up, I think he might be hitting the panic button with this because the fans are not going to be happy about this either. I mean, yeah, right. I did, that's for sure. I mean, I thought maybe they had the same success. I mean, Verlander came off a World Series for crying out loud, and yet uh, he is not showing the same World Series caliber success that he took with him last year with the Astros. So this is not the same Verlander that we all know. No, no, Scherzer's not. I mean, we all thought that these were going to be the 1-2 punch that were going to have the Mets be contenders this year. And instead, it's anything but. Hang on a second. I think we got another call. Uh, okay, DC. Steve, is that you? Good. Good. Better late than never. All right. So, anyway, go and finish your comment. I mean, because this is not what I expected. Yeah, I'm not a Met fan either, but I was expecting, this, you know, at this point in the season to be where they are. I expected better. I expect they're going to repeat the same success last season and contend, but they have been anything but. And, this is not the same Mets team that won 101 games last year. But then again, they choked in the first round of the playoffs in the wild card. So, they're not what they once were. And, it's just a shame to see what's happened with this team. Anybody else have any thoughts on the Mets season that is not so far? How about you, Steve? You're the co-host, Steve Davidson. I say you're the co-host. Well, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not, but I expected much better than this. I mean, this is just there's no excuse for this type of, floundering to this year. Yeah, I know he's 110, but that's true. Mm, well, yeah. Mm, obviously not. Yeah. I don't even think Uncle Steve can save this. Oh boy. You all get the point on that one, right? Yeah. I mean, Cohen's got a lot of explaining to do. Yeah, nobody expected this, but at the same time, nobody expected this bad of a season either for the Mets. I thought they had something to build on the season started, but so far it's been anything but. Uh-oh. No. All right. Yeah. And yeah. Yes. I mean, it's a bit of a deep hole right now. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We got another call here. For the record, would you state your name, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the big cheese himself is here, Kevin Dixon. Hello, Kevin. All right. We're just discussing the Mets, you know, uh, coming apart at the seams here, and they are. But if you have anything else to talk about, go right ahead. Okay. Thanks. Uh, Greg, you have any thoughts on the Mets so far on their season that's gone to pot? Yeah. Yeah. Remember, guys, one question at a time, one topic at a time as well. So, just to be fair on that. All right, we'll get back to the baseball stuff a little bit later. Right now, I want to turn attention to the NBA. All right, go. Oh, hmm. All right, unusual, but okay. Go ahead. Yes. Hmm. Cirque. Mhm. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You mean the six man? Yes, we do. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Remember, we had no competition with the PGA for over 100 years. Now we've got some competition from DP and LIV. So it's making the game more interesting, yet controversial more at the same time. But I have no problems with, something with the six man. By the way, in basketball, it's called the six man, not the fifth man. So I have no problem with the alternate shots, other people taking places. I have no trouble with that at all. Sometimes you need it, you know. Right. Yes. Right. Absolutely. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, you could. One at a time. Yeah. Okay. 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 One at a time, guys. Okay. And 5 minute rule. Keep that in mind. Okay. So we had a flurry of it's okay. It's okay, Greg. But I got so much stuff here. I mean, we had a flurry of trades, flurry of free agency going on in the NBA this week. I mean, the party started early. Officially, it didn't begin until supposed to be tonight at midnight, but the party got started early. In fact, I have a list of pre-draft signings that came in. Oh boy, here we go. All right, before July 1st, which is actually today, listen to this. Harrison Barnes and the Kings agreed to a 3-year deal worth 54.6 million extension. James Harden opts into a 36.5 million option, asked to be traded from the Sixers. Here we go again. I mean, let's face it. I mean, what's wrong with this guy? I mean, he gets traded every year, every other year. He just can't stay in the same team for very long. I mean, this guy's got a big problem. I mean, I like Harden as a player, but I mean, he just gets so wrapped up in everything. They're like, well, I don't like what they're doing here. I don't like what this team is doing, so I want to be a trade. I mean, Harden's got a real problem just staying put. Is it me or does everybody else think the same way? I won't. Mm-hmm. I heard another rumor. I heard another rumor though. He might go. He might be. The Knicks might be interested in him too. So, I'll keep my eyes open for that one. I heard that yesterday that he might be interested in the Knicks. Ooh, boy, this is interesting. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm afraid you're right. Especially he keeps changing his mind every season. I don't know if it's such a good idea. Well, I'll wait and see what happens. Among other notables for the pre-agent signings, um, Taylor Horton Tucker picks up 11 million option with the Jazz. The Pistons pick up Alec Burks, 10.5 million. Victor Oladipo picks up a 9.4 million option with the Heat. Rudy Gay, 6.4 million with the Hawks. And the Warriors trade Jordan Poole to the Wizards for Chris Paul. Hey, Steve Davidson, what do you make of that one with the Wizards for Chris Paul? I thought you would. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Lizard? Yes. Right. Yes. Well, or as I call it, lizard. No. Yeah. Heck, yeah, it's possible. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to think too. I mean, it, I don't know if that's a good to see what good or not. Yeah. Beal can run too. He could. Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. One player, I don't know if that's the I think it takes more than one player to have that. You need a whole team around you. I mean, just one. Yes, but it's gonna take more than Lillard. Yeah, but it's gonna take more than just Lillard, man. Mm. Right, right. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Yeah. They could. They can give more. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Okay. So Mm. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, remember yes. Mhm. Yes. Mm. Yes. Exactly. Right. Mhm. They do. Right. Yes. No. Yes. Yeah. Yes, they would. Mhm. Exactly. Who wants to make a team worse? Yes. All right, so I got more here. Now, Steve, you were saying we're thrilled about getting rid of Monte Morris as he goes to the Pistons. You said you were happy with that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said you were happy with that. Okay. We sent the Pistons for a second round pick. Source told ESPN last night. The Wizards will create a $9 million trade exception with the deal. Morris will go to the Pistons' remain cap room. They still have access to a $7.8 million room mid-evil exception for teams operating under the cap. Morris was acquired by the Wizards in offseason trade last summer that sent Kavadius Caldwell Pope to the Nuggets. Morris had some decent numbers: 10.2 points per game, 5.3 assists from 48% from the field, and 38.2% from the 3 point range for the Wizards. Not bad, but the Wizards' backcourt became crowded thanks to Tyus Jones and Jordan Poole. Yes, right, yeah. Yeah, sure. Right, Die? Yeah. Yeah, that's a waste of money. That's foolish. That's foolish. That's foolish. Yeah. Hold on, Die. Alex? Yes. Okay. And Diane Alex are here. Welcome aboard. Okay. So moving right along. So moving right along. uh, Kyrie Irving returns to the Mavericks on a 3 year deal worth $126 gazillion. His agent told ESPN. Oh boy. And they say he can't go home again. Okay. Yeah, sure. Irving, an 8 time All Star, is widely considered to be one of the most skilled guards to play the game. Although a troublemaker at best, he is a career average of 23.4 points per game and 5.7 assists, including 27.5 points and 5.5 assists between the Nets and the Mavericks. However, Irving has also featured exits from several different teams. He requested a trade from the Cavaliers in 2017, which is just 1 year removed from their first championship. He then he left the Celtics for after 2 seasons, with the second being overshadowed by the belief that he intended to join Kevin Durant in a package deal in free agency, which became accurate when both players signed with Brooklyn, and that didn't go anywhere. His stint with the Nets featured several controversies and only one playoff series victory before the Nets granted his trade request in midseason after negotiations went absolutely nowhere. Oh, what a nightmare he turned out to be. The Mavericks traded Dorian Finley Smith, and Spencer Dimwittle and a 2029 unprotected first round pick, as well as a second round pick, because to acquire Irving, providing Luka Doncic, the co-star, and the Mavericks management believe they needed to contend, but the Mavericks struggled with their superstar duo by only going 5-11 with both of them playing together, and they failed to make the postseason. However, Mavericks governor Mark Cuban and general manager Nico Harrison stated that re-signing Irving was the Mavericks' top priority. So, what do we make about Irving going back to Dallas? Any thoughts on that? Go ahead, Steve. Uh huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, no question. Let me ask you. Let me ask him, Alex. Alex, how soon will that happen? Yeah, I say, but I say if things don't get improved by just before Christmas, he's gonna already start moaning and complaining. Believe me. Yeah, and not much. Yeah, yeah. Boston, New York. Yeah, yeah. The NBA. Yeah, yeah. So let's put it this way: the NBA's biggest troublemaker. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. You should. Taylor's here. Yeah. Playing game. Yes. Yes. Hmm. No. Exactly. Right. Yes. Hmm. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No. Right. Huh. Yes. Oh, another troublemaker. Right. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. Like to welcome Taylor Phillips to the show. Taylor? Well, nice to have you aboard. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. We covered quite a bit on the NHL draft, and it was fairly active. I wasn't surprised, though, of course, by the number one pick, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Chicago, of course, to go from say worst to first. I mean, that's pretty hard to come by. You know, they used. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Chicago. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the Blackhawks were the team to beat. They won three Stanley Cups in 6 years. 2010, 2013, 2015. But since then, well, they haven't done squat. And they've been looking like a an AHL team or even so I dare say a college hockey team. I mean, it's just been that pathetic. So they're counting on this, they say was once in a generation player. But to be honest, I don't know if you can say that because, of course, most of us don't get a chance to follow college hockey because it's not very popular in this area and whatnot. So it's very hard to tell. And most of the players we see are from minor leagues that nobody pays attention to here, or they come from Russia, Finland, or others in Europe. So we don't really know how they're going to adapt to the North American style game. So it's pretty hard to tell. What can happen. What can happen. Once these players come aboard. So I'm gonna try and run down the list here that was mentioned. The draft started on Wednesday night, and it was a doozy. I, yeah, and of course, yeah, that's I think no, the MLB has the I think the longest draft. That has what 15 rounds. Oh boy, what a mess. Yes, yes. Oh my. Uh-oh. Linebacker. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine so. I would imagine so. Yeah. Okay. So here's how the first round went. Now, obviously, I couldn't do all 7 rounds because that would take until probably next week's show. So I'll just run down the first round. Chicago Blackhawks, of course, selected Connor Bedard from the WHL. The Anaheim Ducks select Leo Carlson from Sweden. The Blue Jackets select Adam Fante from Michigan. Okay, that's good for Taylor. The Sharks select Will Smith from Team USA under 18. No, not that Will Smith, people. Okay. Okay, as we mentioned, Montreal did select David Reinbach from the Swiss, but I think it's safe to say forget about it. He's not going to be showing for North America this year. The Coyotes select Dmitry Smamshev from Russia. The Flyers select Matavel McKenna from the KHL. That's also a Russian league. Washington Capitals select Ryan Laird from Team USA under 18. AC, that might be good for you. Okay. Red Wings select Nate Danielson from the WHL. That's good news for Taylor right there. The Blues select David Dvorsky from Sweden. The Canucks select Tom Willander from Sweden. The Arizona Coyotes select Daniel Butt from Russia. The Buffalo Sabres select Zach Benson from the WHL. The Penguins select Braden Yeager, also from the WHL. Predators select Matthew Wood from UConn, and UConn has a very good hockey team, although Quinnipiac is better. Flames select Samuel Honzek from the WHL. Detroit Red Wings select Axel Palenka from Sweden. The Winnipeg Jets select Colby Barlow from the Ontario Hockey League. The Blackhawks also select Oliver Moore from Team USA under 18. The Seattle Kraken select Edward Sale from the Czech Republic. Minnesota Wild select Charlie Stramel from Wisconsin, also a very good hockey team. When I get a chance to watch college hockey, I do, but isn't that often. Flyers select Oliver Bonk from the Ontario Hockey League. The Rangers select Gabe Perlott from Team USA under 18. I did hear another rumor that we're supposed to get another good player, but unfortunately, by the time I was trying to look it up, it disappeared from the site. Thanks a lot. Okay, Nashville Predators select Tanner Mondek from the WHL. The Blues select Otto Stenberg from Sweden. The Sharks select Quinton Musty from the OHL. And the OHL also selected Colorado Avalanche Callum Ritchie. The Maple Leafs select Eston Cowan from the OHL. The Blues like Theo Linston from Sweden. The Carolina Hurricanes like Brady Nandu from the BCHL. I forget what that is. The Avalanche like Mikhail Goenha from Russia. And last but not least, number 32, the Golden Knights like David Enstrom from Sweden. All right, hockey fans, what do you make of these picks from your local teams? Steve Davidson, I'm going to start with you for your Washington Capitals. Yeah, yes. Hmm. Yes, it did. You missed the playoffs. Yes, you did. Yes. Easy. Yeah. Or they look at this way. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? Oh boy. Yeah. Taylor, your thoughts on the Michigan players? Right. Okay. Good. Yes. Okay. Yes. Right. Mhm. Okay. Yes. Yes. Right. Kevin, I don't know if you follow how closely you follow hockey or not, but you have any thoughts on the NHL draft? Okay. Uh, Alex? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. Mush. Jeff Bookabum. Oh yeah. Jeff Bookabum. Yeah. 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 In other words, yeah. In other words, a big pile of mush. Okay. Jimmy. Jimmy, your thoughts? You follow hockey? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. Right. Yes. A year? Okay. Mike? Mhm. Yes. Steve Kerr. Oh, right. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yes. Yes. Mhm. Right. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. Yeah. 6. Yeah. Yeah, you got some there. Diane, any thoughts? 22nd, 23rd pick, die. Okay. Just a couple more basketball notes before we move on. Well, if you're a Lakers fan, I got some bad news. Guess is coming back to town. D'Angelo Russell is heading back to Lakers after signing a 2-year, $37 million deal. All together now. Yes, there goes your season. The deal includes a player option in the second year of the deal. How unfortunate. Originally drafted in the second round in 2015 by the Lakers, Russell returned to LA in February as part of a three-team deal between the Lakers, Wolves, and Jazz, coming to the Wolves to replace Westbrook. Oh boy. Westbrook averaged 17.4 points, 48% from the field, and 41% from the three-throw range, with 6.1 assists in 17 games after the trade. His numbers dropped to 13.3 on 42% shooting and 31% from three-point range, and only 4.6 assists in the postseason as he struggled against the soon-to-be NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Oh boy, just when you thought the Lakers had everything going, he's coming back. Oh yeah, yeah. An eighth grader, forget eighth grader. How about a fifth grader? Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Why would you bring it? I mean, he almost destroyed your team. You want to bring him back? Why? Or to put in the word, or to put in the words Jerry Seinfeld, what is the deal? Why would you bring him back? It's preposterous. Sorry. My apologies to Steinfeld fans everywhere. Oh boy. I yeah, probably. But you had to cave into him? Yeah. And with the Lakers, he was even worse. Okay, I got some Ranger news for you. Not the Texas Rangers, but the New York Rangers. Blake Wheeler, who finished with the Jets on Thursday, is now set to join the Blue Shirts. Thank goodness. Wheeler signed a 1-year deal just today. And the deal is worth, well, not very staggering, only 800,000, but includes 300,000 in bonuses. $800,000 today, that's nothing compared to what people make nowadays. The sign comes after Wheel was placed on unconditional waivers by the Jets for the purpose of buying out the final year of his contract. Okay. Wheeler, who was set to make 8.5 million over the next two seasons, will cost the Rangers 2.75 million over the next 2 years. Wheeler finished with 16 goals and 55 points for the Jets last season. Well, not bad, but at least now that gives us more. That gives us a little bit more talent for the Rangers. So I'm happy that he's going to be coming there, and maybe they could do better than get past the first round of the NHL playoffs. I'll be a happy camper. Yeah. Oh, before I move on, yes, go ahead. Ooh, wow. Next year, okay. All right. Before I move on, uh, I didn't get a chance to ask last week because we still had a week to go in the month of June. So, what was everybody's best and worst moments in the sports world of last month? Steve Davis, I'll start that with you. Okay, okay, right. Yes, Steve Kent, your best and worst. I think he left. Mike, your best and worst. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty much. Uh, Jimmy, your best and worst. Oh yeah. Sure. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Kevin, your best and worst. Yeah. Yeah. Well, whoever gets Porzingis, you can have him because when he was on the Knicks, he was atrocious. No, thank you, Diane. Your best and worst. Uh-huh, of course. Alex. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oakland's worse. Oakland's worse. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Taylor, your best and worst. Okay. Okay. Well, my best and worst. Well, I say the best for me just happened 3 days ago when Domingo German of the Yankees pitched a perfect game, our first with the Yankees in 24 years. Oh yeah, I mean when the Gold Cup soccer match was out of reach and the U.S. was blowing up 6-0. I mean they just ripped the team to shreds. I turned over the Yankee like, hey, we got something going here, and when I found it was being a perfect game, I'm not missing this. So and the more the game went on, the more comfortable he was, and it was against Oakland, of course, but still to get a perfect game, no matter who it is, it's something to see. You don't miss games like that. So that was a great moment. And the worst I would think was what happened to that triathlon in Europe when it killed a camera photographer and injured a runner seriously. That was a tragic incident there, and hopefully they can avoid that in the near future. Just a shame. That happened back. Actually, I think it happened back in late May, but by the time that the show aired for this month, it was too late to put it in. So I held it back for this month. Okay. So anyway, yeah, yes. Uh, oh boy. Well, hopefully we'll get someone to replace him. Obi Wan Kenobi. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, I'll take Lillard. I'll take Lillard. Okay, so for those of you who missed the Yankee game last night, first of all, sorry that you did. The Yankees blew out the A's 11-0, and Domingo German pitched a perfect game as they shut out the A's 11-0, and he did it in just 99 pitches in up and down season. That includes suspension for that substance. You know what? Includes suspension. And, yes, and below 500 start heading into Wednesday's game. German was masterful against the A's, mixing his pitching, keeping his defense up, and actually had 9 strikeouts in the process. German's effort was only the 4th perfect game in Yankee history and their first since Conehead in '99, David Cone. Hard to imagine that, guys. All of the in throughout at least 100 years or so, they only had 4 perfect games in their history. Wow. The last perfect game overall was by Felix Hernandez in August of 2012, or as I say, Felix the Cat. German is also the first Dominican Republican born player to throw a perfect game. Uh, you Yankee fans probably know the answers anyway, but I'm going to tell you and the question anyway. Who are the only other 3 pitchers to pitch a perfect game in Yankee history? Well, I mentioned one, so name the other 2. You guys don't know? Yes, yes, and there was one before that. No, perfect games, not no hitters, just perfect games. I know what you were thinking though. No hitter. Although it was a good guess. That happened on July 4th of 40 years ago on Tuesday. Wow. Okay. You guys, well, no, that's a no hitter, not a perfect game. The only other one that was Don Larson in the 1956 World Series. Yeah. So nope, never had a no hitter either. Even though he had 18 strikeouts in one game, never had a no hitter. By the way, Louisiana Lightning, Diane. Right. No, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Okay. So, by the way, there was a player on LSU um, whose name is Guidry, but contrary to reports you've heard, he is not related to Louisiana Lightning pitcher Ron Guidry. So keep that in mind. So they are not related. There were thoughts that, and I thought too he was related to Ron Guidry, but he's not. Okay, so German only appeared to get stronger as the game went on and only needed 6 pitches to complete the final inning. Winless in his last 6 outings against the A's, German threw 72 of 99 pitches for strikes, 51 curveballs, 30 fastballs, averaging 92 miles per hour, with 17 changeups, 1 sinker, and a Partridge in a Patry. And oh boy, it was the Yankees' 3rd win in the previous 4, and now they're facing a doubleheader against the Cardinals today. Last night was rained out. Mm-hmm. Just over a month ago, German. Yeah. Oh, yuck. Yuck. Mm-hmm. Anyway, just over a month ago, German was suspended 10 games by the league for using too much uh, Rustin on his right hands starting against the Blue Jays. He told reporters that he would use less of the substance and apologized to his teammates. German was ejected in the 4th inning in their win over the Blue Jays on May 16th. He retired the first 9 batters in a row, then was checked by umpire DJ Rayburn before German was headed to the mound to start the 4th. Yeah. In other words, you got caught. Okay. Turning to football now. Patriots wide receiver, or as I say, them, Devontae Parker, who was in the final year of his contract, has signed a new 3-year deal, taking the 2025. As part of the new deal, Parker can earn up to $33 million if he makes every roster and hits all playing time and performance incentives. That includes pro honors. Parker had 31 receptions for 539 yards and 3 touchdowns last season after being acquired by the Fish in the offseason. You call them the Dolphins. Yeah, Fish, Dolphin. Yeah. Okay, the Patriots took his old contract with 2 years left and called Parker to earn a base salary anywhere between 5 to 7 million. As part of the new deal, Parker is expected to come in with less than the 5 to 7 million, according to familiar source. However, he has the opportunity to match that if he hits all game roster bonuses, if he reaches incentives for performance, playing time, he's here, and all pro honors. The deal is expected to have a similar structure in 2024 and 2025. Welcome, Gerald. Okay, you guys, you're here. That's the important thing. But you guys know how I feel about the Patriots. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, yes, you did. Yes. Oh, wait. Before I go on anything else, Diane, got any trivia? Die. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Yeah. Hold on, guys. Wait a second. Diane, are you there? Hmm. You got. Yeah, any trivia, Diane? Hmm. I'll get back to her. All right. All right, Mike. Now I got one for you concerning the Mets. Okay. Ready? I don't know. Maybe something's got. Mm, I, yeah. Who's got the? Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Let me. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay. Never mind. I know who it is. Okay. All right, Diane. Any trivia? Go ahead. Go ahead. Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr. Boston Bruins. Mm-hmm. Leaping into the air with that overtime goal. That's an easy one. Montreal, 24. 23. And the surprising thing is, guys, they have not won a championship now in 30 years. Strange, isn't it? Lose. Okay. All right. All right, Mike, you might want to sit down for this one. The Mets now maybe are 10 games below 500, but general manager Billy Epler says, I'm not pushing the panic button and I won't consider making any big moves before the trade deadline. Well, at least not yet. Oh boy. We have a decent amount of runway before the trade deadline on August 1st, says Epler, said before last night's win against the Brewers. I should say Tuesday's win. We hope we can change the story around if we're able. Then we can add, then we can. If we can't, then we'll have to create some other opportunities and see what else is out there. Mets owner Steve Cohen tweeted that he would hold a news conference before the game. That's back on Tuesday. Um, the losses are starting to pile up. The duo of Scherzer and Verlander have been mediocre at best, despite the fact they have a combined 86 million. Yeah, that's the underperformance of shortstop Francisco Lindor hitting 233. First baseman Pete Alonso has struggled in June after returning from a bone bruise and a left wrist sprain. As it stands now, the Mets are 17 and a half back out of first in 8 games. I think now 9 games behind the Braves. So, Mike, like I said before, what's wrong with the Mets? Yeah, but I mean, this is not the same team. This is not the same team. Yeah, yeah. As I've said, right, but as I say in the past, yeah. Hold on a second. Right. Yes. But as I've stated in the past, guys, it doesn't matter what your payroll is. If you're not producing wins, it doesn't mean a thing. Money does not buy a championship. Talent does, skill, and chemistry. That's what builds a championship team. Not how much money you're going to pay the guy. I know you all think I'm crazy, but that's the way I see it. Oh, hold on. Let me get. Okay. All right. It's gone. Okay. So yeah, that's how it really works, guys. Not how much you get paid. You have to have the talent. Okay. Yeah. All right, so on to more football news. A handful of NFL players, including Colts quarterback and kick returner Isaiah Rodgers, had are expecting long suspensions this week for violating NFL's policy on gambling. Sources told ESPN. In fact, 4 players have received year-long bans from the NFL. So just let me get up there and see if I can find the story here. Yeah, I mean, you throw away a whole season on your gambling. That's just that's just a shame right there. Yeah. So let me just find the article here. Okay, I'll just yeah. Rodgers is a subject of league investigation into violations of the league's gambling policy, including some possible bets on get this guys his own team. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a no-no right there. Yep. There's your idiot of the week right there, folks. There's your idiot of the week right there. Rodgers did acknowledge the situation on social media earlier this month, saying he was taking full responsibility for his actions. Sure, you were. The league said also, the league said that last week he had planned to reinforce their gambling policy to players. All rookies will now be required to attend mandatory education sessions, and a group of league officials are making in-person visits to team facilities to clarify what activities are prohibited sports gambling. The 6 rules are as follows. Number 1, don't gamble in the first place. That's easier said than done. Number 2, don't gamble at your team facility while traveling for a road game or staying at a team hotel. Oh boy. Number 3, don't have somebody bet for you. Duh. Number 4, don't share team inside information. Number 5, don't enter a sports book during playing season. And number 6, don't play daily fantasy football. Yeah, easier said than done, guys. And you can still do it anyway. Yeah. but some people just don't get it. I mean, it's not the first time we've heard this, players betting on games and stuff, but I mean, they're really cracking down on it now. So it's just become a bit too much for the league to handle, and something had to be done. So now, hopefully, they're gonna, get the message and play it right. And so, what is there? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, a simple thing. They tell you not to do it, but you do it anyway. I mean, you messed up yourself. Now it costs you a whole year. Right. I mean, that doesn't count as gambling. But it might lead to them thinking, well, if I can use fake money, I can use for real money too. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, just sorry, it's just, sorry it had to happen, but you blew it. And you made a fool of yourself by doing so. You know, and you weren't thinking of yourself. You weren't thinking of your team or or anything. You were just thinking, oh, let's see what I can do here. Okay, I got some more information here. Isaiah Rodgers and Rashad Berry of the Colts, uh, and free agent Demetrius Taylor were also suspended for the entire season after betting on games. In addition, Titans offensive tackle Nicholas Pettit Freer was suspended 6 games for betting on other sports in the workplace. The suspensions were announced that both Rodgers and Berry were waived as a result of their own actions, or depending on how you look at it, their own stupidity. The integrity of the game is most important, said General Manager Chris Ballard. As an organization, we will continue to educate our players, coaches, and staff on the policies in place and the significant consequences that may occur with the violations. Sources familiar with the activity on the online sportsbook account used by Rodgers said that upwards of 100 bets were placed, including at least on wager for a game involving the Colts. Oh, A source told ESPN, a source told ESPN that friends of Rodgers, who might be his ex-friends by now, encouraged him to place bets that were in the $25 to $50 range. Legal sports betting was not available in the state of Florida last season. Oh, gee, I wonder why. The largest wager, yeah, yeah, the largest wager placed through the account was a 1,000 prop bet on over under on rushing yards by a Colts quarterback, which won. The NFL investigation into gambling violations did not find evidence of game manipulation, league sources told ESPN. Earlier this month, Roger acknowledged the situation and said he took full responsibility for his actions. Yeah, it was guilty and goes too little, too late. All right, guys. So, what do you think of these blunderers that caused the betting snafu? Yes, you did, and then yes, and they didn't say the secret weight either. And now it cost you. Yeah, you know, a simple thing that says not to do, and you do it anyway. How dumb do you have to be? Yes, we can't have more than one people. A bit more brighter news in the baseball world, and I think we can enjoy this. Guardians manager Terry Francona was back at Kauffman Stadium for the finale of their 3-game series against the Royals after suffering a health issue earlier this week. Though DeMarlo Hale did plan to serve as acting manager for Thursday's game due to high temperatures of at least 100 degrees. Blah. Francona was taken to a local area hospital after becoming lightheaded before Tuesday night's game. He was released from the University of Kansas Health System after all tests came back normal, normal ranges, but was advised to stay away from the ballpark and rest, said by his doctors, due to the extreme heat, of course. Francona has had a series of health issues over the years with other conditions, but is now in Chicago as they face a 3-game series with the Cubs. Yeah. You gotta give him credit though for coming back. So, you know, take care of yourself. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Not really that old either. He's only 64. So, he is considered, well, fairly young. So let's hope that, I like it. I like it. Yeah. That's more like it. Uh okay, tennis anyone? I got some tennis news right here. Former number one ranked female player Caroline Wozniacki announced that at first person essay to Vogue, she's going to return to the sport. She said she began to hit again after the birth of her second child and saying how much she's missed the sport. So she's ready to come back. It was hard to say what challenge, but my dad, who was also my coach, saw my practice and he said, "Hey, you look like you're enjoying it again." And that's how I felt. I was relaxed and having fun. And that's how made me see things more clearly. Wozniacki is targeting the Canadian Open in Montreal in August as the start of her official return to play in the US Open, which is in late August. She's a two-time finalist at the event. At the last time was in 2014, but lost to Serena. The USTA announced that she would receive a wildcard entry to enter the tournament for the final major of the year. And by the way, Serena also earned a wildcard entry to the U.S. Open this year as well. I can't believe though her rank is so low, 687, 97th in the world. Come on, I don't think she's dropped that much. Okay, so she had a baby and dropped off for a while, but come on, 697th in the world. Come on, that's too low for her. So Wozniacki spent 71 weeks at number one, including 30 titles, including the 2018 Australian Open and the 2017 WTA Finals. She announced her first retirement in 2020 at the Australian Open after losing the first round, and now she's back after 3 years to hit the court again. And the crowd was going, "Whoa, Wozniacki! Whoa, Wozniacki!" No, never mind. Okay, I didn't think it was that bad. Okay, just a little thing I came up with. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you guys should know me by after the 5.5 years I've been here. Okay, so we got some more. And by the way, Wimbledon starts on Monday. For those of you who missed the first announcement. Oh yeah, we have another event tonight. The USFL Championship. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's get this out of the way right now. Let's get this out of the way right now. We'll take predictions if anybody's interested. So it's going to be the Birmingham Stallions against the Pittsburgh Maulers. And I think, well, I'm not. I'll hold my predictions till after. So, what do we got here, Steve? We got Birmingham or Pittsburgh. Who do you got? Yeah, but who do you got winning? Oh, Birmingham. I'm sorry. Okay. Uh, Mike, Jimmy. Okay, I'll come back to him. Diane, Alex, Taylor, Kevin. All right. I'm gonna go Birmingham too. I don't think that. I mean, not for nothing, but Pittsburgh. You can say what you want, but I don't think they really deserve to be there. I mean, they only went 1-4 in home games, but they also had a lack of true home field advantage on Pittsburgh. But still, the North Division played horrible compared to the Southern Division. So I think it's fair to say that it's gonna be a whooping, and Pittsburgh will be sorry they even showed up. Oh yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. By the way, the game will be on NBC tonight at 7:30. Last year was on Fox on Sunday, but I think they rotate every year. Okay, on to the College Baseball World Series, which ended on Monday night. The first game was a close one, ending in 11 innings, but the second and third games were nothing to write home about. I mean, they were just complete blowouts. One boring game, and the championship game was over before it even started. LSU ended their season the same spot where it began, numero uno, after defeating Florida 18-4 in Game 3 in the men's college world finals on Nebraska for its seventh national championship. Despite giving up an MCS record 24 runs in Game 2, the Tigers bounced back in the winner-take-all game on Monday night to a dominant pitching performance by Thatcher Hurd and offensive production up and down the lineup, with every starting position player at least getting a hit. Oh, wow. The Tigers out-hit the Gators 24-5 in the decisive game and forced Florida to use 6 pitchers after giving up a 2-run homer to Wyatt Langford in the bottom of the first. Hud was unhittable, giving up just the 2 first-run innings, striking out 7 in 6 innings to earn the win. Can we say no contest, everybody? Thank you. LSU turned its early 2-run deficit into a 4-run lead, scoring 6 runs on the top of the second after batting around and chasing Gator starter Jock Kalonji. The Shoutoni Ohtani like Kalonji was big in the batter's box in the Gators game 2 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. The Tigers offense continued to pour it on, tagging 4 more runs in the fourth, highlighted by Josh Pearson's 2-run homer to right. Catcher Alex Malenzo scored the final run of the inning, and coming around to score from first base on a single by Cade Belzo. The only bad news of the night for LSU, Malenzo had to be helped to the dugout after injuring his leg as he scored. He was replaced behind the dish by Hayden Travanski. The Tigers scored a run in the top of the 7th on a bases-loaded walk to Travanski before Ty Evans homered for Florida at the bottom of the 7th. LSU then tacked on 3 more runs in the top of the 8th, while Cade Kerwin also a solo home run for the Gators in the bottom of the frame. What a mess. LSU outfielder Dylan Cruz, the 2023 Golden Spikes winner and the possible number 1 pick in the 2023 MLB draft, ended his remarkable season by reaching base in each of the Tigers' 71 games, going 4 for 6 with 3 runs scored in the final game. And the Tigers' offense didn't let down even in the 9th inning after Cruz led off with a single, and third baseman Tommy White, 4 for 7 with 3 RBIs, drove him in with a double. White scored on a double by Trey Morgan, 3 for 6, 3 runs scored before Braden Jobert, 4 for 7, 3 RBIs, drilled a homer to right field for the final score. Wow. Unreal. LSU was the 5th seed, and they pulled up the upset by being Wake Forest in the semifinal round. Quite a remarkable year for LSU. Way to go. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. All right, so let's see what we got here with the MLB All-Star game here, because the lineups, I believe, have been announced. Oops. Yeah. So this should be interesting here. MLB, if they have it posted up here. Okay, MLB All-Star lineups. So I'll just go to that right now. The All-Stars. By the way, that game was July 11th. Yeah. By the way, that game was July 11th, and the All-Star and the Home Run Derby is on July 10th in Seattle. Okay, so the All-Star game lineup. Guys, ready? Okay, good. All right. So here we go. The All-Star game rosters are as follows. Let's just hope that they get this right. All right. The American League. The elected starters are as follows. Okay. Center field, Alejandro Kirk for the Blue Jays. First base, Vlad Jr. of the Blue Jays. Second base, Jose Altuve for the Astros. Third base, Rafael Devers of the Red Sox. Shortstop, Tim Anderson for the White Sox. Outfielder, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, probably not, since he's still recovering from that right toe injury, although he did play catch last weekend, but I still say he's going to be out. Outfielder, Mike Trout of the Angels. Outfielder, Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees. Ah, well. And DH, Shoni Otani for the Angels. Or as I say, show me the money, Otani. Legacy selection, DH, Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers. Interesting. Reserves, center, Jose Trevino for the Yankees. First base, Luis Arnez of the Brewers. First base, Ty France of the Mariners. Second base, Andres Ramirez from the Guardians. We'll start with Altuve sideline. Second base, Santiago Espinal from the Blue Jays. Third base, Jose Ramirez from the Guardians. Shortstop, Alexander Bogaerts from the Red Sox. Shortstop, Corey Seager from the Rangers. Outfielder. Now, well, it says Boston. I didn't get to National League yet. Well, it says here that he's on the Rangers. Then somebody must have made an error here. Okay. Outfielder Brian Buxton from the Twins we'll start with Trout sidelined. Okay, rubbing it now. Outfielder George Springer from the Blue Jays. Andrew Benintendi from the Royals. Outfielder Julio Rodriguez, or they say J-Rod. J-Rod from Seattle. DH Jordan Alvarez from the Astros. And at DH also DJ Martinez from the Red Sox. Starting pitchers Shane McClanahan from the Rays. Justin Verlander from the Astros. Alex Manhunt from the Blue Jays. Yep. Left-hand pitcher Nestor Cortez from the Yankees. Right-hand pitcher Garrett Cole from the Yankees. Okay. Right-hand pitcher Paul Blackburn from the A's. Wow, the A's got somebody. I don't believe it. Left-hand pitcher Martin Perez from the Rangers. And also the pitcher Framber Valdez from the Astros. Okay, one more page of the American League. Now these are all positions. Right-handed pitcher, these are relievers. Right-hand pitcher Clay Holmes for the Yankees. Also right-handed pitcher Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians. And Jorge Lopez of the Orioles. Left-hand pitcher Gregory Solo of the Tigers. Also right-handed pitchers Liam Hendricks of the White Sox and Jordan Romano from the Blue Jays. Okay, now for the National League. Yeah, but for some reason it's not coming up on the list here. So anyway, National League, Wilson Cortez at center field for the Cubs. First base, Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Oh boy. Second base, Jazz Chisholm Jr. from the Marlins. Third base, Manny Machado, Padres. Shortstop, Trey Turner for the Dodgers. Outfielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Braves. Outfielder, Joc Pederson from the Giants. Outfielder, Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. And DH, Bryce Harper for the Phillies, that is. Legacy selection, Albert Pujols. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to play in the game, of course, but he was, like an honorary member. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Reserves: Travis Demond from the Braves. First base: Pete Alonso from the Mets. Also, first base: C.J. Cron from the Rockies. First base: Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers. Second base: Jeff McNeil from the Mets. We'll start with home sidelined. Second base: Jake Cronworth of San Diego. Third base: Nolan Arenado from Riley from the Braves. Shortstop: Dansby Swanson from the Braves. Outfielder: Kyle Schwarber from the Phillies. Outfielder. Am I on the right list here? This is supposed to be. Oh wait! Oh! Wait a minute! Wait, I got the wrong page here. I apologize, guys. It's supposed to say. Okay, here we go. I got the wrong page. Okay, my apologies. Let's try this again. Okay, I thought I had 2023 on it. 20. Okay, let's try this again. Starting at. All right, starting here. Catcher for the NL, Sean Murphy, Atlanta, first selection. John Helm of Texas, first selection. First base, Freddie Freeman, his fourth time. AL, Yandy Diaz, first selection. Second base, Luis Arnaz, Miami. AL, Marcus Semien of Texas is his second year. Wow. Third base, Noah Arenado for the Cardinals, his fifth time. AL, Josh Jung of the Rangers, first selection. That's third base. Shortstop, Orlando Arcia for the Braves, first selection. In the AL, Corey Seager of the Rangers. DH, National League JD Martinez of Dodgers. In the AL, who else? Shohei Ohtani for his third time. Outfielder in the AL, who else? Ronald Acuna Jr. For the American League, Mookie Betts of the Dodgers. But Mookie said he's going to skip the home run derby. Corbin Carroll of Arizona, first selection. That's in the outfield. Runners up are Michael Harris and Lourdes Gurriel. Okay, AL outfield. Mike Trout for the Angels, his 10th selection. Randy Arizona from the Rays, his first selection. Aaron Judge, his fifth selection, but I don't think he's going to play. So I think we have to rule him out. So that's how that works out. So there's your lamp for the All-Star game, which is on July 11th. Okay. And the WNBA has, yeah. And the WNBA will have 12 reservists for their All-Star game, which is going to be held later in July. The Suns, Alicia Thomas, the Washington Mystics, Elena Delle Donne, and the New York Liberty's Courtney Vandersloot, and the Minnesota Lynx, Napsia Collier, are among the 12 WNBA All-Star reserves chosen by the league's head coaches and revealed today on ABC's WNBA Countdown. The group is rounded out by the Suns' DeWanna Bonner and the Chicago Sky's Kathleen Cooper, and Liberty's Sabrina Liskinu, and the Vegas Aces' Kelsey Plum, and a quartet of first-timers, the Atlanta Dreams' Alicia Gray, the Seattle Storm's Eliza Magabor, and Indiana Fever's Kelsey Mitchell, and the Dreams' Shanae Parker. Coaches could not vote for their own players and selected 3 guards, 5 frontcourt players, and 4 players at either position. The All-Star Game's 10 stars were voted by fans, current players, and media were revealed last week. The Aces' Asia Wilson, the Liberty's Brianna Stewart, and the Phoenix Mercury's Brittany Griner, and the Sparks' Nakia Ogamite, Wings' Satu Salbi, the Fever's Alea Boston, the Storm's Jewel Lloyd, and the Aces' Chelsea Gray, and the Wings' Archie Oklahoma, and the Aces, Jackie Young. The Aces led all teams with 4 selections, and the Liberty had 3. By receiving the most votes, Wilson and Stewart will serve as team captains, and their draft rosters on ESPN's WNBA All-Star Team Selection Special on July 8th. The All-Star Game will be held on July 15th on ABC. That's 2 weeks from now. Which reminds me, quickly, let's go to the ESPY nominations. I think I'm going to do this in 2 parts. Yeah, okay. ESPY nominations 2023. Let's get that straight right now. All right. Meet the nominees for the ESPY Awards. Okay. I'll make this as quickly as I can. Yeah. All right. Let's just see if we can get this in here. The ESPYs are going to be announced. I think that's going to be announced in 2 weeks as well. That's not what I want. Yeah, oh, it's be 2 weeks. So it's going to be it's going to be a busy. It's going to be a busy July in the sports world, as I stated. All right. So here are the nominations for in the sports categories. Okay, best athlete men. The Joker for the Denver Nuggets, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, Lionel Messi, Argentina. All right, guys, who do you got? Quickly. Okay. Okay, anyone else? Aha. Okay. Yes. Yep. And he's going to Miami later this month, so it's gonna be Messi Mania for okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Messi myself. Anyone else before I move on? Okay. Female athlete. Michaela Schifrin. She's a skier, of course. WNBA, or rather NWSL player Sophia Smith, the Portland Thorns. Inga Swiatek of tennis. Aja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces. Any thoughts? I'll go with Michaela. Michaela. Breakthrough. Okay. Okay. Breakthrough athlete. Caitlin Clark, Iowa women's basketball. Oh, yeah. Brock Purdy of the 49ers, of course. Angel Reese, LSU women's basketball. And J Rod of the Mariners. I got my vote. Yeah. Good nominations. Good choices. I'm gonna go with Brock. Okay. Okay. Record breaking performance. Joker winning his 23rd Grand Slam at the French Open. LeBron James surpasses Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the scoring record. Michaela Schifrin breaks the record for most World Cup victories, number 87. Max Vespin wins the Mexican Grand Prix for most wins in a season. This is record-breaking performance. I think I know who I've got. Anybody? Okay. Okay. Remember, guys, there's no right or wrong here. No, no. I'm gonna go with LeBron. Yeah, LeBron. Best championship performance. Leon Edwards of UFC defeating Usman in the 5th round. I wonder who that's gonna take that. The Joker, Denver Nuggets 2023 MVP, Lionel Messi, who won the World Cup for Argentina in December. Penalty shot, got the golden ball. Rose Zhang. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Messi on this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta wrap this up, guys. I gotta do one more. Steve, I got this up. We got one more. Okay. Okay. Best team: Nuggets, Georgia Bulldogs, Chiefs, Aces, or Louisiana State Tigers women's basketball. I'm going with Georgia Bulldogs, actually. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up because time is running short. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. Thank you, Kevin, for coming in. I hope you come back. I thank everybody for coming in this week. Sorry we had some technical difficulties here, but that happens from time to time. So hopefully we can get that all straightened out soon. Of course, like I said, Rasul's coming up. He'll have a fine show just a few minutes. Yeah, I'll try to join him. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. Next week, we'll review some of the rest of the SB Awards since that'll be in 2 weeks from now. And Steve, I want to report on Money in the Bank next week, so try to keep me posted on that. We'll also take care of week right home run derby. Well, that's next week. We'll also take a yes. Also cover and we'll also cover the rest of the SB awards as well. Well, we already did that, so I'll cover the rest of the SB awards as well. So on that note, I'm gonna wish everybody a good week. By the way, happy 4th of July to everybody, and say a burger on the grill for me, will you? Well, maybe, maybe not. All right. So on that note, I will say good night and have a happy and most of all a very safe 4th of July. Because it'd be a shame you know if we had to have a tragedy that happened. Because so many tragedies do happen on the 4th of July, and so just stay safe. Leave the fireworks to the experts. So on that note, yeah. So I'll just sign out of here, and then we'll say good night. All right. Yeah. Just let me sign out, guys. Right. On that note, good night. Yeah.
You want, you want blue?
Hold on.
Done?
Wait.
Done, honey? You're off the video, right? Close it down.